Engine Room Chat. I'm here with Dave from Narrowboat Change Your Pace, Sol from Barely Floating, and that way, Jeff from Chili Jam Jeff. And what we're going to do, this is going to be our last one before Christmas. So I know there's a few subjects that we want to go round, and we'll do our normal round. It probably won't go on as long as it normally does because I think not a lot. Some of us haven't done much, so we'll go with it anyway, and see what everyone's been up to. We'll start with Sol down the bottom there. See what he's been up to. I know what he's been up to, but anything else that you've been up to?
Yeah, we are no longer constantly cruising. We're constantly mooring.
Oh, you're constantly mooring?
Yeah, for the next 3 months we're mooring down at Glasson Dock.
Have you?
Yeah, well, I was talking to Jeff, Chili Jam Jeff there about this clacking noise in the engine. Mm-hmm. So I thought, well, I'm not going to strain the engine going up and down there and travelling about. So it's relatively cheap. So we thought, oh, we'll stop here and do 3 months over Christmas, like.
Is Glastonbury got the one where you went to when I came up and saw you?
Yeah.
Bottom of the
near the Sea Lock and river. Yeah. So we just moored near the church there, so it's a nice little area. Internet signal's a bit pants, but I'm not there tonight at this moment. But internet's not great there, so I'll have to be doing an engine room chat elsewhere, I think. But we're stopping there for the 3 months. I've got a new bed to fit because we're changing our bed from an inline to a cross bed.
Right.
I've done an ottoman, chopped up an ottoman bed, got a new mattress and what have you. So we're going to put that in. And then I've got a lot of work to do in that engine.
Yeah. What was it doing? Cracking?
It's like when I put revs on, it starts clacking quite loud.
What, big end clacking?
Well, it's when it's just ticking over. There's no clacking noise at all.
No, it tend to do it when the ends are going. It is under load, really, isn't it? Ticking over because they're not sort of moving much. It's usually once you start giving it some that they start rumbling away.
Yeah, well, it's had some trouble getting down them locks because they're getting back up with the locks again as well. The weed was that thick. I was constantly having to go down it weed hatch through a tantrum.
Oh, your weed hatch is not the easiest thing to do either, is it?
No, snapped me barge pole as well, so I was stuck. 2 foot length barge pole. So I got wagging in the bushes. That was absolutely furious.
Oh, bugger.
Yeah, so I did that. So anyway, so we're going to do that. I spoke to Jeff. I know what I'm going to have a look at, and we'll see how far we can get. If it's what we think it is, which is either cam follower's gone or little end's gone, it's just a case
your manifold gasket as well.
Yes, I will. I certainly will. Yeah, that's my first job.
That last bit of yours, that didn't sound very good at all.
Yeah. So I might end up checking it out. So
I think it's going to be the only way to do it properly, isn't it?
Yeah. Probably.
And while it's out, if it's that bad, as you say, you might be worth. Did you say about getting another one, didn't you?
I did think about it, but I'm poor now, so.
You're poor now?
Yeah. Well, job's overrunning because my brother decided to hurt himself.
Right.
So, yeah, we're just about 2 months behind now, so.
And obviously you've got Panto.
Yeah, which is quite a lot. Wish I'd never started it now, but anyway.
Really? Well, the thing was, I suppose, so you didn't know you was going to be 2 months behind.
No, I was supposed to be finished now. I was supposed to be having a nice, easy December.
Oh, yeah, and not happening.
It's going to be February now, which isn't too bad.
No, I know. But that's why you decided to plot up in the marina.
Yeah, and then I'll probably try and get, I'll try and get out in like March time, out of the water and get it blacked and have a hull survey and what have you.
Yeah.
Because we need to fit some more
anodes.
Anodes, yeah. I need to fit 2 more anodes on the boat because
Yeah.
even though it's been overplated and it's brand new, it's only 2 years old. It started to pit a little bit, so I'm thinking the anodes, there's not enough anodes on it.
Are you plugged in at the marina?
No, we don't plug in. No.
No. Okay.
No, we're not plugged in.
It can apparently can even pit if they're a boat that's using a plug-in. It can arc across. Someone told me, which.
Oh right.
True.
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, no. Apparently, if you're surrounded by boats that are plugged in to the electric, it can arc to your boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, we got in trouble with CRT for overstaying our thing. We were 3 weeks on the basin, but I didn't have a chance to move. I just thought I'm not going to risk it till I know that I'm at least going to get a spot on the marina. Which I did. I got the marina, so I pulled up, but I'd gone up the locks, and as I'd gone up, it's October time, I think it was. As I was going up, I'd proper got clogged, and I came to a grinding halt and just drifted into another boat. And that boat is going mad now because I've scratched all his blacking off his hull, apparently.
Oh, really?
So that's what he's saying. I looked at it and I thought, well, I can't see anything. Mine's not scratched.
Really? What? He went
Yeah,
mad?
apparently. So he's all upset about it. There's not a lot I can do about it. And, as I said to him, I said, well, I've been running too, and I wasn't best pleased, but there's not a lot I could do about it because they had no power. They were,
Yeah.
I didn't whine about it.
Yeah. I can't.
People keep saying to me, "Oh, it's a contact sport and all that malarkey." So you don't really know what's going on, really. But
yeah, I know that's what Louise just said. They say it's a contact sport. I said that to somebody once, and he went, "No, it's not." So, but someone said exactly the same to me when we were on the South Oxford and we pinned a little boat in the corner with Nutshell, and I literally touched their boat, and she said, "I've just had it blacked. You're taking all the blacking off," and I was like, "I touched it. I didn't. I touched it. It's not. I've not scraped along it. I've not. I've just touched it." So, yeah.
Do these boats never move then? When they blacken because you've only got this scratched outside of a lock or whatever, ain't you?
And mine's already. Mine's when we went because we went through a tunnel 4 times since we done our blacking, and I've got marks down the side from on the blacking already. So it's it's on the rake strips, but it's on the rub strips, but still it's nothing. Just get paint.
What did Canal and River Trust say to you then?
Or they were just saying you need to move on, otherwise you're gonna have words with you about it and this, that, and the other. They do that nice threatening email. So
nice.
I just rang up. Yeah, I just rang up and said, I'm stuck. My engine's knackered because you lot can't be bothered clearing weed.
Oh, really? That's what you said?
Anyway, bye. I was like, we're not going to talk about it then, are we not?
No.
They had a weed machine up the top end and they didn't even bother coming down the bottom end.
Really?
Because it's not on the surface, they just think, well, there's no weed there.
Yeah, so it's that low weed that sits under the water, isn't it? So,
yeah, and that tangles right up. It gets really clogged in that.
It does. So that's what.
So all I need to ask Dave is, Dave, can I have one of them hatches that Paul and Anthony have got?
I don't know. It's retrofitting one of them into a boat would be a major task. You'd have to do it while we're
cutting the back neck out. We'll bung one in.
I'd be wary about that. Depends how far. Do you know when you on top of your weed hatch, how far down it's water before you get because ours is quite close to the top.
Yeah, we're pretty deep in the water, so I can get down. I can get down quite easy. But if you make that big weed hatch, that unsinkable weed hatch, they've got quite a big throat on them, haven't they? So you can go in. I don't mind it.
Anthony's on. Anthony said, "Good evening, gents." And he said, "Kev Kite is the guy you need to speak to." I'll put this on. Hang on, where is it? Here it is. This is what Anthony said, and he said, Kev Kite is the guy you need to speak to do with that.
We'll be Anthony about that.
Find out who he is. We'll find out who he is. We'll just say, obviously, we got Louise has been on. Dale's on. Do you know Dale's retired, Jeff? He ain't actually mentioned that this evening. He just said hello. And boating photographer. I think that's Neil, isn't it? Yeah. Neil, yeah. Neil's watching as well. So hello. And someone called. It says this old helmet, and I don't know. Yeah. I don't understand what that one says. Can you see that one?
Yes, I'd get rid of that one.
All right. Okay. I'm not sure I'll do that.
But yeah, if you're gonna go for something like that, Sol, you need to get it organised for when you get bought at when you're blacking it.
Kev Kite he's a fabricator, so he's obviously the chap to because there's no lid on there, is there? That's what it is. It's just deep, isn't it?
There's a cavitation plate in there at bottom.
Yeah. But it got to be. Is this something? Am I making this up? It's on the BSS. Hasn't the water got to be a certain distance from the top of the hatch?
Yeah,
I thought so. Because I know someone who's failed it. I know. So I heard someone. I think I watched a YouTube channel with someone who's failed it because it was too close to the top.
Mm. Well, normally when you have a boat overplated, because you're adding more weight and it makes your boat sit deeper, you usually have to extend the weed hatch up so it conforms.
Yeah. So I wonder if has yours been BSS since you've had it?
Yeah, it was BSS when we first bought it, and it flew through that. But my missus has put a lot more stuff in now, so
yeah,
probably another inch.
Shift it all back up the front, mate, when they come and do it. That's what I thought, because our boat makes a massive difference because it's so little. Literally, any weight on the back, it really lifts the front up. Because when we took it out of the water, I had to empty the water tank out the front. He said, I need as much lift on the front as I can to get it on the dollies. And it was really low. It was really. I mean, I even had to put a rag in the exhaust when it started to go up the ramp. It got really close to the exhaust inlet, and he didn't want it to run into there, so they stuffed rags in to stop the water. It's only briefly while they get it on the dolly, and then they get it off and up and out. But yeah. So see what happens. But yours is a right pain in the arse to get to, isn't it?
Oh, absolute nightmare. Yeah. So anyway, we'll sort that out. And the only other thing I've got to do is make a pontoon, because where we're moored at, we're quite far out. So Debbie don't like going on the plank.
Oh, really? So where you are you're on a plank?
Yeah, it's quite far out as well. So she said, I want pontoon making. So I'm going to make up a little pontoon with using a pallet or something and just get that so she can climb in and out easy.
Well, you got like a scaffold board?
No, I've got a pallet from on job, and I thought, well, I'll just stick to posts because it's brick down the sides, but it's a real angle. It's like a dish out. The Lankeys are weird setup. It's really shallow at the sides, so they've bricked it down the sides, so we have to go further out.
Right.
It's a good 4 foot out.
Is it?
Mm.
So what are you walking across the mat, like a plank?
Yeah, just a scaffold planking. She's not happy about that.
Bit bouncy.
It's just wobbly.
Yeah, a bit thin. Carrying anything could be tricky.
Yeah, it's not great. So yeah, I'm going to do that. That's my first job when I finish work.
Right.
Yeah. So the rest of it all between Christmas and New Year, I'm busy.
You're busy.
Yeah.
So that's you. That's about you then. That's about you.
That's me. Yeah.
You. Okay. We'll skip across to Jeff. See what Jeff's been up to.
Not a lot really. As you know, I've had my birthday and I haven't been well.
60th, Jeff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Big birthday. Big boy birthday.
Yeah, big boy's birthday. Boat-wise, we was on it last weekend. Just trying to rearrange how we're going to do this bathroom because she wants a walk-through bathroom. I think we're nearly there with the design bit. It's just now trying to fit everything in. So the idea is to get a small, I think they do a 3 kilo washing machine.
Yeah.
It's a little bit narrower. So we'll take one of the cupboards out and put it where the cupboard is next to the sink. And then when we cut the board, we'll have instead of going to the left to go down the side of the bathroom, we'll be able to go straight. So that will give us a room to put the cupboard back in.
Yeah.
So then we'll go into the bathroom straight and then walk round and back to the original. That way, we reckon if we move the shower to the other side and move the sink to this side, and then we can put the toilet over to the corner.
So I know how your boat's laid out. So you go through your kitchen, and at the moment, obviously, it's to the left. So will it still be to the left?
No, it'll be straight.
It'll be in the middle.
In the middle, and then you'll go into the bathroom, and then you'll turn left to go back through the original door that's already there.
Originally already there. So you'll just move it. You'll gain that
first wall over.
So you'll gain the space in that left-hand corner.
Where our little pedal bin is now, that will be a cupboard.
Okay.
So that's the plan. And then she wants a porcelain toilet.
Does she?
Yeah. So yeah, we're just trying to work out how we're going to do it. I need to take some measurements. Apart from that, seems like I started it up the weekend. First bang. The only thing is I will change the oil on it. Because last time I changed the oil, I used different oil. And when you start her up, the oil light stays on for longer than what it used to before it goes out.
What are you using?
I got some off this boat that goes up and down the canal. Chandler boat. It's like a wide beam, grey boat. Yeah. It goes from Broadston, I think, all the way down to Burco.
So what did you got?
It's not the same thickness. It's not the same thickness.
Is it 10?
You read it. It says it's okay. At higher temperatures, it's exactly the same. It's just low temperatures. It just doesn't like it.
No.
So once you've started it, it's just that first initial start. She buzzes for quite a while before the oil pressure light goes out.
It never used to do that.
Oil in it.
And it never used to do that.
Back, put it on the other stuff.
Yeah.
But apart from that,
what did you use? Morris stuff.
The one I got from, can't be tell you. It's Deer. It says marine oil on the one that it likes.
Like 30
marine oil.
30 SAE or something like that.
Yeah, it doesn't like it.
Yeah.
It won't hurt to change the oil anyway.
No.
So I've got a filter. She fired straight up anyway. We might go out next weekend, depending on the weather, just to go and turn around so we're facing the other way.
Is there much stoppages down your neck of the woods?
I think so. I haven't heard. There was a boat coming through yesterday. There was a white beam and a couple of narrow boats come through. So yeah, we go to Marsworth and turn around.
Yeah, you can actually do the turn before that.
Turn in that second lock, just before that second lock, you can do it.
Yeah, yeah.
You put your nose in that little gully. You put your nose right in there. You can do it. I've done it.
Yeah.
But yeah, apart from that, all good.
My boat, just buy yours, mate. Now. I could actually do the boat there.
Where we are, but it's just when I tried it last time, it's just too shallow.
Is it?
Just bottomed out. I couldn't quite do it. But,
yeah.
But it's not anyway.
So have you got a normal? What toilet have you got? A normal cassette toilet at the moment, but you want to
upgrade a porcelain cassette. Ideally, I liked toilet porcelain one with the same cassette because then we've got two
different, mate. They're different.
You sure?
The porcelain one's got a bigger cassette. I'm sure. No.
No, I reckon you can get them.
No, we changed. Our original one were a Thetford 260, I think, or something like that, and it were a plastic bowl, and it was getting a bit old and tired, and we bought the same toilet but with a porcelain bowl on it, and it's exactly the same cassette.
Oh, it must be. Our friend got the round one, the round bowl, and their cassette in it was orange, the orange fitments.
Yeah, no.
And ours has got the yellow fitments, and they were completely different. So it must have been a different model, but it was a round ceramic bowl rather than was yours just? Is that what you mean, David? Was it shaped one.
Yeah, it's a toilet shaped bowl.
The ones I've seen, they look exactly the same. The cassettes look exactly the same.
Oh, it must be the same then, yeah.
The same. Then we've got, because it will come with a new cassette, and then
Yeah.
we're having.
Oh yeah, I'd only ever seen this other one that Liam and Mel had in their boat, and that was different. It was a much
big,
bigger,
and it's got orange screw tops.
bigger cassette. It was quite a good cassette there.
C200 or something, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if I can find our leaflet on it, I've still got it.
Yeah,
instructions. I'll send you a message and tell you which one it is.
They're not cheap, are they?
Oh no, they're not cheap. No.
About 300 quid, 400, you just said.
Yeah, they're not cheap, but
then once you've got a porcelain one, you shouldn't have any more, because she doesn't like it because it looks old.
It's staining.
Yeah. Although it's clean, she's always cleaning it, but you never get it off. It's just faded.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get. Is it the actual bowl that's going?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So that's what we want to do, but it's wrong time. I ain't starting the bathroom until the summer. There's no point.
Well, until it warms up a little bit.
Yeah, wait until we warm up a bit.
Yeah, and you can drive down to the boat.
Yeah, we can't drive down at the moment. There are two spaces though.
Are they?
Yeah, Witchcraft is gone, and some other boat what was there, he's gone. So there's two spaces that are more into at the moment.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants one, let me know. I'll put your name forward.
I do because he'll do residential now, won't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Witchcraft moved out because they put a big bank opposite side now.
Yeah. So you can't see the. You can see
the top of the Ivanhoe Beacon, but you can't see the fields now.
Yeah. So he's put like a big field.
It's lovely and quiet, as you know.
Yeah, it is. It is. So a few people know there's some space there now. See if we can get him filled up.
Yeah.
So that's about you done then,
mate. Yeah.
All right, and so we go on to Dave. Dave's got a story.
Has he?
Yeah. Go on, Dave. What you been up to or not been up to?
Well, we had a bit of a do 2 weeks ago. We came off Stafford and Worcester Canal at Stourport onto River Severn, and this year they've changed the rules. The locks on the River Severn have always been manned, although for a shorter time in winter. But this year they changed it. So you'd have to book passage 24 hours in advance, which we didn't know till we actually got on. So we got on to River Severn, levels were fine. Went down through Stourport Basin, which is lovely, and there's a fairground and there's staircase locks, and it's all very pretty. And this were on Saturday. So we had to phone up and book passage on Sunday, but because they only work certain hours, we couldn't get from Stourport down to Gloucester in the day. So what we tried, they suggested were that we went from Stourport to Upper Lord Lock and waited there and do it another time. So I says, "Oh, we all right on floating pontoon?" He says, "Yeah, you'll be fine. And when you want to carry on, give us a ring and we'll open locks." So we managed to get down to Upper Lord, no problem. And the idea was to do the last bit from Upper Lord down to Gloucester the following weekend. Unfortunately, it rained a little bit, and the river rose about 3 meters, leaving me stranded on the floating pontoon, which, it were all right, but we couldn't get dogs off the boat. Could only get them onto the pontoon. there were the floating pontoon. There were a path and 2 flights of steps up onto the bank, but the steps weren't connected to the floating pontoon like they normally are. You know, they have a
Sometimes go up and
they have
down.
a ramp and it goes up and down. These were just concrete steps. So as the water level went up, the floating pontoon went up. You couldn't get off onto the steps. They were a drop down, and the floating pontoon were about 3 inch off the top of the posts. So if it had gone up any more, we'd have been in shit. So last weekend I couldn't get back to boat. I didn't go back. Not last weekend, weekend before. I could go down, but there was no way I could get to boat. There were 12 foot of water between banking and the floating pontoon. So she was stranded there. And it was a bit dicey. There was a on the lock itself. There were 3 houses on lock, and there was an ex lock keeper who lived there, and he came to see Louise and said, you know, there has been occasions where the river's flooded and the pontoon's gone over the top of the piles. He says if it got any higher, he says that he would have let her into the lock where she'd have been safer. But yeah, it was a bit dicey. It was, we've done rivers, we've done Trent when there's been flood water on Trent, we've done Ouse and that, so we're not novices on river, but the speed that the Severn went up were absolutely tremendous. It went up in 2 days. It were crackers. But anyway,
Louise said it was fine, and she said, "And no, he still works for the CRT, Dave. He's not retired."
oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it were, but she got off the levels dropped down almost as quick as they went up, and she got off the river last Thursday. So, but yeah, we were, yeah, I were on board and I were worried, but yeah, it's you know, you don't mess with Mother Nature, do you? Really, it's one of them. So we'll know in future. But I think the problem where Upperlode Lock, just above that, is where the River Avon comes into River Severn as well.
Right.
So they had a lot of rain in Midlands, which were obviously coming down Avon and piling into Severn. I don't think that helped.
No.
So, yes, it was interesting. She did run out of Chris.
And
She
bread,
had to make
apparently.
her own bread.
Yeah.
She had to make her own bread. But yeah, it were all right. The dogs didn't like it because they used to peeing and pooing on grass, so they had to adapt a bit. But yeah, it's one of them. I think I were a bit disappointed that the lock keepers didn't, when we said we were only going down to that, you know, if they'd have advance notice at weather and that, I thought they should have told us, you know, you need to carry on and get off river because it's going to flood it, though there's flood warnings, but they didn't, but we're all safe and that. So yes, it was a bit of an adventure.
The boat was all right, wasn't it? As in, like,
yeah, but we're all right. She got enough fuel and that and coal, so she were warm and she were fed and safe. So, but yeah, it's just
That must be really difficult to sleep at night, though, knowing that the river's rising and you don't know if it's going to come off the top of that thing to actually try and sleep. And, with it going up constantly, I think that must be a bit.
Yeah, we have been in a similar situation on the River Don about 7 years ago when the Don flooded. We were at Sproutborough, and we were sort of like we weren't on a floating pontoon then, and we were releasing ropes to let the boat go up, and the base plate was about 3 inch off going over the towpath, which would have been a little bit dicey, because then when water levels drop, you've got to make sure that your base plate in on towpath and you cockle when it goes down. So yeah, we've been in similar situations, but I've never been not being able to get back to the boat. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Louise said the ropes would have warned us.
Yeah, you can hear it. You know, if the boat started tipping or creaking, your ropes start whining and creaking and that. So you just get out quick and start slackening them off and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting 8 days.
Yeah. But anyway, she got off. She got through.
I got lads lined up. One of the lads at work, he's got a share in a boat, and he says, if you need to, he says, I've got some long ladders and we've got some tools and some bits, and he says, we'll shoot down if we need to. If we need to get dogs off boat and Louise off boat, I've got a contingency plan, like so.
Build a bridge.
Yeah. So the boating community again, willing to help out and everything. So, but other than that, we haven't done a lot. We had a busy last weekend.
You still got a leaky boiler, haven't you?
Yeah, that's yeah. I don't know what's up with that. I need a plumber. I need a plumber that can come in and pressure test the pipe work, because I can't find a leak in this system, and the water's just slowly draining out of the boiler, and I don't know. I can't find a leak anywhere, so I need somebody to come in, disconnect pipes at boiler and pressure test it and see if there is a leak, and hopefully if they pressure test it, it'll expose the leak wherever it is. I'm hoping anyway.
Yeah.
So if anybody knows a good plumber that's willing to travel down to Gloucester and fix it, I can't do any more. I've
exhausted all your.
I've exhausted all my expertise on that. Sol's tried to help me with it, and I don't know where to go with it, because the boiler is brand new.
Yeah,
it's so I don't think it's a leaking boiler, but I don't know where this water's going. It's not a lot. It's probably in the 2 weeks that I haven't been back to the boat, I topped it up tonight, and it took less than half a litre of water to top it back up to minimum.
right.
So it's not a big leak.
It's not going out the flue pipe,
When
is
you
it?
go through the heat, go on. Sorry, Jeff.
So it ain't going out the flue pipe.
I did wonder whether.
No,
go on, Jeff. You go.
It's not going out at flow. It's not expanding. It's not expanding out of the expansion tank. It's staying in the levels, whereas before when I got both radiators on, it were boiling over, and I know where I was losing water that way. When you put boiler on, it works, and it runs the heating, and the expansion tank fills up just at maximum mark. It doesn't, it's not pumping water out anywhere. It's just when it cools down, I left it at the minimum mark, and it sort of like goes down a couple of mil every day. It's the weirdest bloody thing I've.
It's not like it's not evaporating it, is it? It's not like boiling it too much, as in heating it.
No, because Luan used it. Lou hasn't used the boiler because she doesn't trust it. She thinks it's leaking, so she hasn't used the boiler.
It's still gone down.
And it's still continually dropping that few millimeters every day.
And there's no water in the bottom of the boat.
No water in the bottom of the boat. I left all pipes exposed, looking for leaks, and that's why I want somebody to come in and try and pressure test the system.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Force it out.
And it'll. If the pipe work holds pressure under a pressure test, I know there's no leaks in pipe work. So then, can they then pressure test the boiler to see if the boiler's leaking? I don't know. Like I say, I don't know where to go with it.
No, it seems like a tricky one, that one. I looked at it. I've never seen one of those boilers. Well, I have seen one of those boilers before, but it's not something I've ever played with. It's one of those narrow ones that sits like back in a cupboard. Yeah, as I said, I saw one before in a friend's boat. That was an ex-hire boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gas, aren't they?
Yeah. LPG, yeah. So I know Dale's just put, could it be leaking in calorifier? I suppose it could, but that's why I want a pressure test system, because if the it's linked at calorifier like a radiator, so it just runs through a coil.
Yeah, it could be leaking, couldn't it? I suppose
it could be leaking in there, and I wouldn't see that. But if I get somebody to pressure test the pipe work, that would show that up, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would say there's a leak somewhere, and you should be able to narrow it down
exactly
to an area. But how is the calorifier as old as the boat?
Yeah,
I don't know how long they last. Those.
I've had a look round it, and there's no leaks actually, or I can't see anything leaking.
No, it'd be internal, wouldn't it?
But if it's leaking internally, you don't know, do you?
I suppose the only way you'd know, do you put antifreeze in it?
Yeah.
You with antifreeze check your water.
But
I don't know the dip strip. If there's a dip strip or a thing you can get, a bit like when you test a head gasket.
Yeah.
Whether it's got and it's something else in it, or I presume the hot water would actually smell a bit like.
It would, but it's only a tiny amount, so would it pick it up? Half a litre over 2 weeks, would it pick that up? I don't know. Maybe if I don't know. I've thought about all sorts, putting dye in it, and all sorts of weird and wonderful.
But taste it ain't sweet, is it?
Pardon?
Taste the hot water when it's cooled down. Taste it, see if it's sweet, because antifreeze is sweet.
Yeah.
Don't drink too much of it though.
No, just
not good for it. It might. Yeah. Dave Charleston said he's sure that you can get a dye for it.
Yeah. I mean, antifreeze is blue anyway, so I think it'll pick that up.
It might be diluted down to so much though that it's too much to see.
Yeah.
So I presume a dye like an ink dye would hold its colour, with pigments better in the water.
Yeah.
But
I don't really want to have that much pink dye in it, and having a shower, you'd end up being pink, wouldn't you?
yeah, if it leaks. So so I was just reading something. Someone said hello from Anfield Road layout in the loft. So he said hello to all of us and anyone in the chat. So, but yeah, apart from that, Dave, apart from all those dramas, Dave,
it's been a fairly quiet month.
Is it? Yeah, fairly quiet month. Dave Charleston, he did say something out of Screwfix to test for leaks. Maybe they do something Screwfix where you can pressure test it. I don't know. He said he's sure it's a red dye. So, but and Anthony said he was just about to say that too. So it might be worth having a look at Screwfix, see what they do to check for leaks.
Yeah.
But
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to phone a couple of plumbers up
and see what they say.
And see what they say. Whether there is, I'm sure you can pressure test water systems, and if it's a case of just buying some that might be.
Do you know what though, Dave? It would make sense, wouldn't it? Because when you had the two radiators on, and the other issue, and it was gaining pressure, would not your California tank end up being like a pressure boiler, which would then cause that to overflow?
No, I don't think so. I think because it's only hot water, it's only water running through a pipe, isn't it?
No, you see what I mean? If the tank's got a hole in it and the whole tank for the caliper is pressurizing, it could be.
No, it were expansion bottle on boiler that were.
Yeah, no, I know that, but it could be pushing that water back. You see what I mean? If it was building up that much pressure because you had that much more water in the system from two radiators and the California itself, there'd be that much more water in there, which could be when it's all hot, causing it to expand. And you know what I mean? See what I mean, Sol?
Yeah. Thing is, it's not doing it when you take all the radiators off. It doesn't do it
because there's less water in it.
Yeah.
Just a guess.
Try turning. Have you got valves on your rate? Turn them all off and see if it still does it.
It does it. Don't matter whether radiators are on or off. It's still when it's off. It still leaks.
You can't turn the cooler off with some taps.
No.
You can't isolate that out of the system.
Nothing else it can be. If it's not going out the chimney in steam, then it's got to be that.
Yeah.
You'll have to try it, mate. You'll have to get it pressure tested if you can't isolate it from the water tank. I
bypass it.
I was going to just say that I'll be tempted to bypass the
run it and
water tank.
All it's going to do is a loop then, and if it cures it, you know it is that. Bit of pipe inside, bypass it. You're thinking about that now.
Give it a go.
Just bypass
it. Go, Dave. I reckon you should do it. Is your California easy to get to?
No.
No.
None of his pipe work's easy to get at.
No. Okay.
No.
That's really easy. That's just sat next to the thing, and I could get to all the pipes, and they're all push fit. So
yeah, they're all push fit. I might be able to do that actually.
Bypass it. I bet that cures it.
And then you just need a new
What you
caliper.
need is a length of pipe, don't you?
Yeah. I'll just take the inlet and outlet off it and the clarifier and a piece of pipe.
Yeah, and then run it up.
And then run it up.
I bet that cures it.
Well, it won't. It'll cure it, but it means he's going to need a new tank.
At least he won't be losing water anymore.
No.
Yeah.
No, you better.
Yeah, that might be.
That's the way to go. Bypass it.
Where is the tank anyway?
Under bow.
Oh, is it? It's in the front of the boat, under the bow.
Yeah, it's all built in.
Is it?
Yeah, good idea at the time.
Right. Okay. Well, we'll leave that. We'll leave Dave to ponder that. I'll do what I've been up to real quickly. I mean, we haven't been up to much on the boat wise. Obviously, last time we went on the boat, I don't think we had the Jackery then, and we plugged it into the power solution, and it cures all those power solutions. Mrs. Warner can charge away, and internet, and she's got everything. It does run. What I did is I took it out of the inverter because it's plugged in. Our sockets are all plugged into the inverter, so I just unplugged it from the inverter, plugged it straight into the Jackery. So all of our sockets were running through the Jackery. So it meant obviously you had to be careful what you plugged in, because that was only a 500 amp one, so 500 watt, 500 amp, whatever it is. Obviously, we've got this 1,000 one now, so that'll be a lot more to be able to plugged in as a drain on it. So we're going to see how it runs with that. But I think that's the answer at the moment. Until I can change the system on the charging system, I'm going to stick with the plug in the Jackery, and I'm going to make it a little bit more accessible. I'm going to fit it somewhere, but I'm also going to use it in the van as well when I do that, because I thought they'd be really heavy and cumbersome, but they're not. They're quite light, and it's like carrying around a jump pack. That's all it's like. It's not heavy at all. I was really surprised. If you are having power problems, so I know you don't have so many power problems, do you? It's mainly Lisa's computer that zaps our battery.
Yeah, we've got a Power Oak, 500 watt Power Oak, and that is great.
Have you? Yeah,
it's really good. We use it a lot. We use it all the time.
Yeah, so you don't need to. You've got solar panels with that, or
yeah. Well, we actually take it away and take it to work or wherever we are. We get it charged up there. We are looking at putting a specific solar panel in just to see if it keeps it charging.
Yeah.
So we think it's great because we don't have to have an inverter. It's all there in that little box.
What, for your boat? So you just use that for everything?
Yeah.
You don't bother having an inverter or anything messing about?
No, it's less clutter, less mess. We were going to go down the lithium batteries route, but we've heard stories about insurance being an issue. So we've decided we'll just stick with what we've got now. We've only got that little box there.
Yeah.
Something sets on fire and wang out of the window.
Yeah. I think they're bloody heavy, mate, and you don't want to be putting any more weight in the back of your boat.
No.
Yeah, so I think that's we're going out this Thursday till Sunday, just for a little up and down, just for a little cruise down, see where we get to. We haven't got all days because I've got a couple of things to do in between, but it's going to be a trial, because obviously we're going to be on the boat more from now, February the 1st next year. Lisa's brought forward the moving out of the house date another month, so we're now going to be in the boat for February, and then the caravan reopens in March. So, and then we'll open the caravan and we'll go down there. But we haven't. The boat was fine last time we were in it. I've had no problems with it at all. I was advised, because I've got that oxidized paint on the side, which is I've struggled to get off to bin, and someone said there's a product called Bullet. It's called Bullet, and it's really, really good for that cutting. It's recommended by loads of boat people. yeah, so we're going to try. I'm going to order some of that online and see how that comes up. Apparently, it like really does cut through that oxidation on the paintwork. I do want to get it repainted, but that's going to be another day. Another day. But yeah, that's all we've been up to really. I was going to quickly skip over plans going forward. I mean, I'll do ours quickly. I mean, obviously we're intending to be more on the boat from the 1st of February next year. We're going to keep our mooring at Lionheart, but we'll move the boat out when we're on it, because there's so many places within an hour of the mooring that we can stop. We're going to sort of hang around, and then when the weather's a little bit better, we'll go a bit further afield, but keep the mooring on, because it's such a good value mooring that when we're not with the boat, it's just going to be silly not to leave it there. You just won't find a mooring anywhere near that sort of money, where your boat is safe anyway. So that's what we're doing next year. So obviously, you're going to be in a marina till what, February, March time?
March time, probably. Yeah.
I mean, you hoping to get your engine done first?
Fingers crossed. Yeah.
Because obviously you're going to be up against it a little bit, aren't you? If you work until February.
Yeah, it's going to be it's going to be tough, but I think we can do it. I'll probably farm out the engine to my mate John, see if he can do that, sort that out. The interior stuff I can crack on with myself.
Yeah.
Debbie will just have to nag me a bit, and I'll get on with it.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll happen. So it gets
She
done.
That's the trouble. She never nags.
Oh, did she not?
No.
Oh.
Married a keeper there.
We'll see. Someone said, just a quick one, Dave. Actually, it's Misty and Mia said, "Hi, can you expand on the issue having lithium batteries in insurance, please?"
There was a fire somewhere. I can't remember what forum it was on. Somebody had mentioned that when they'd gone to their insurance company to get insurance on their boat, they just said you can't have lithium batteries. Whether that's true for all of them, I don't know. But for that particular company that they had, they wouldn't insure his boat.
Right. Okay, so that's answered that. I'm just having a quick flick through to see.
Is that they wouldn't insure the boat, or they wouldn't insure the lithium batteries?
I'm not entirely sure whether it was one or the other. I'm assuming it's the boat. He didn't really go into detail, but I suppose it's one of those things. If you don't tell the insurance company, they'll get out of paying for something, won't they?
Yeah.
It's a bit like doing a car, and it's like when you make any changes to a car and you don't tell the insurance. I've been on the receiving end of that, and one of our children's cars, and it cost a lot of money. It cost an awful lot of money when and it was only backlights. It was only a couple of backlights that she'd changed, and they cost her an extra £200 before they pay her out on her insurance. The car was only worth 500. So, but I'm just going to get rid of that. Also, I've just realised that comment's been up there all the time. So sorry about that. There you go. It's gone. Oh no, it's back again. Hide. Just quickly going on to you, Jeff. Plans next year, beginning of next year?
Down to me, moving on board full time, but that's not going to happen. She's in the corner of the room, so I've got to be careful.
Oh, she might start.
She's smiling, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, once you get your washing machine, mate, no excuses.
Once we get them jobs done, she's got no excuses then.
Yeah. Well, it'd be good to see you out and about on your boat, a bit more.
Getting old. Don't do it soon, I won't be able to do it.
Huh?
If I don't do it soon, I won't be able to do it.
Mate, you got no excuses. The bloke next to us at the marina is about 85, and he's still going out. So you got 25 years yet, mate.
Yeah. God Almighty. Yeah, let's just get this kitchen and the bathroom sorted and washing machine done. Maybe paint it again on the roof. Definitely wants painting again, but it won't be so long this time because it's already white. Last time it was blue and rust. So now it's just white and rust, so it won't take so many
White and
coats.
rust.
It's
Yeah.
not too bad. It's just where things have rubbed, and I don't know what's rubbed it, but yeah,
Yeah.
enjoy it. That's the main thing.
That's
If it
it.
ain't broke, don't fix it.
If it ain't broke, don't touch it, I think it is.
Yeah, leave it alone.
Yeah, leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
And
But
yeah. So Dave, and then Dave, you're so I just saw a message. I'll read that in a minute. But you go ahead, Dave, and tell us what you're up to, where you're going from where you are now.
We're going down to get another silver propeller photo at Sol Junction. Then we're going to come back up.
Not letting you have it, mate.
Yeah, I'll just take a snapshot of you.
That's it, yeah.
Then we're going to come back up, go across the River Avon, up into Stratford, because there's another silver propeller location around that area. And then we're going to head down south towards the Kennet and Avon. So
coming down this way.
yeah. So how long it takes us and what route we take, we haven't decided. But yeah, we're hopefully next year we'll be down on Kennet and Avon.
Here, Dave, I've got to show you this. I've got to show you this first, right? This is from Louise. You ready? This is because Debbie never nags, right? Louise said, oh, no, not that one. Hang on. Where was it? This one. Louise says she never nags either.
No, she doesn't. She just points me in the right direction.
Is that it? Is that
Shows me the error of my ways and points me in
right?
the right direction.
Oh, I like it. Yeah, I like it.
So yeah, we've got longer term plans than that, but yeah, the plan next year is to get down onto Kennet and Avon and up to Bristol.
Yeah.
However long that takes us, we're in no rush.
Oh, I see what I was just going to put on here as well is just going on the lithium batteries. Anthony said it depends on the type of lithium batteries you have. The life ones are less likely to set fire.
All right.
There you go. So make sure you get the life ones and not the ones that set fire.
Not the ones that say this is liable to catch fire.
I actually spoke to Anthony about lithium batteries the other day, and he said to me, you know, everyone says about putting it inside, and he really wanted them outside, you know, because the one on their boat he had put outside. So, and I don't blame him. I know they're not meant to charge so well in the cold, but you know, I know it is a thing, and anything like that would make you worry, wouldn't it? I mean, anything that especially because half the time they put them like under the beds and that, don't they? Yeah.
But saying that, you know, lead acid batteries are, you know, known to explode and
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It has got hot. Has got hot once and vented and all the rest of it, and was ready to go if I hadn't have taken it out of the chain. Yeah. What's that say? You need a heat mat to put them outside. Oh, yet another Canal Adventure said you need a heat mat if you put them outside.
Yeah, because they don't like cold weather, do they? They don't like being down cold temperatures.
No. So, but yeah. So, I mean, I think I might draw a line under that. Then even though I said it's going to be half an hour, how long do you think it's been? An hour. We've got an hour anyway. Yeah. So I think we'll wrap it up there, people. I think we've had a good bit of interaction from a few people there, and I'm going to wish. All right, okay.
About nagging. What was she saying about nagging?
Yeah, I've got to wish everybody a happy Christmas.
Yeah, happy Christmas.
We will see you all next year.
Yes.
January, we'll let you know about January, obviously, because I don't think. Yeah, all right,
Second
Louise,
week.
all right. Thank you for everyone supporting us this year as well,
Yeah.
and staying with us and watching and putting up with us. Basically, rabble on.
Yeah.
But it's a good chance for us four to get together anyway and have a moan and whinge about everything. So. So yeah, it'd be great to speak. We'll let you know about January. If we haven't done much, and there might not be any point in doing the first one in January. We might have to wait till February till people have got a bit back to normal after the festive fun of Christmas, because everyone knows how much I love Christmas.
Bah humbug.
I had the badge on Saturday that said "I hate Christmas."
Can't say what mine said. You have to look at my video.
Yeah, I know you can't. Yours is rude. Yours was rude, Jeff.
I never picked it though.
Huh?
I never picked it.
Oh look, Sally did. I thought he was pointing to So. I said he wasn't even there.
No, he's that way.
So
No.
anyway, yeah, thanks very much, everyone, and we'll say goodbye from Soul from Barely Floating. Goodbye from Chili Jam Jeff. Goodbye from Dave on Narrowboat Change Your Pace.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Goodbye
Christmas.
from me.
Happy New Year.
Full of meaning. Have a good Christmas, everyone, and see you in the new year. Thanks for
Thank
watching.
you.
Everybody. Bye.
How do I cancel?